So our 5-week kindness and compassion course is geared towards looking at practices that are in the category of heart Zen. We have these different practices in our tradition that focus on different aspects of things. Like we've got insight practices, we've got grounding practices, energy practices, and then this like heart dimension of things. Heart practices are another category. So they're really a beautiful way to practice. And the practices that we look at come down to us in the Zen tradition through Zen master Torei, who was a really important student of Hakuin. Torei lived in the 18th century in Japan, and there was a period in his teaching and in his practice where he really emphasized these what he called the four boundless meditations, Shimuryo Zanmai. So these are also, you can look back further in history uh, to the time of the Buddha and even before the Buddha, and these practices were around. They're called the Brahma Viharas, like the heavenly abodes. But the way he talks about them and the way we practice them are according to Zen Master Torei. And the four practices are loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity or boundless peace. So in each of these practices, we're looking at typically starting with ourselves and like engendering this really positive state towards ourselves, and then we begin to let it expand out to encompass other beings, other specific situations and beings, so that like this heart aspect of things can begin to be more and more expansive to the point where it's boundless. That's why he called them the boundless meditations. So these are a really wonderful and beautiful way to practice. So nice to have these in your toolkit. They are seen as like fostering a sense of like psychological well-being, especially if you know, our childhood has been pretty bumpy, which it has for most of us in certain ways. It's a way of kind of smoothing things out so that then our spiritual practice can unfold more smoothly and naturally. So it's seen as like creating a wonderful grounded foundation for like that unfolding to happen. So again, it's a 5-week course, and we do each of these practices uh, 1 week for 1 week each. We look at each practice and what it's talking about, and some of the history of that practice and specifics, and then we'll do that boundless meditation together, and then you continue to practice that on your own up until the next week when we meet again. So it's a wonderful way having that container with others and committing to focusing on those practices every day on your own. It's a wonderful way to really take them in and to really know, like deep within, like how it is for you, like what the effects of those practices are, like what you feel um, uh, as you go. So, hope you can join us for the 5-week kindness and compassion course.